pouncing for today's game. And we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Rodgers' Packers going up against Mitchell Trubisky's Bears.
All right, thank you much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Just a short time ago, this crowd loud enough to shake the foundations of this nearly century-old building. They are ready for football indeed in Chicago as their guys get set to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. For Jordan Howard, Charles, last year in 2017, not quite as good as the great rookie year he had in 2016.
And a big part of that, very simply, there weren't any playmakers around him to keep defenses back and keep things stretched. He was running into 8- and 9-man boxes on almost every carry. So I thought he had a tremendous year. Number 6 in the league in rushing after being number 2 a season before.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Packer pressure, and down he goes. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. That's complete to Meredith. And he's finally taken down, but not before getting across midfield and across the 45-yard line. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down. Here's Trubisky. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 1st down, they run with Howard. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Second down following the run. Trubisky will throw. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Nick Perry, the outside linebacker, drops him for a loss of 6. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Now let's go. Detroit! Detroit!
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Clay Matthews with a pick. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now the first carry for Ty Montgomery. And he goes out right around the 39. A gain of 3, second down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Second down, Montgomery. Montgomery a first down and then some. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Now it's Rodgers. Finds his target, Montgomery. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Fresh set of downs here.
26.
First down. Here's the run with Montgomery. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field, all they're thinking is, finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
Well, it's a night game, a lot of energy in this building, but the visiting team here, they get the ball in the opening drive, and they find a way to at least produce 3.
And things are just getting started, so you can't say that they've taken the momentum totally, but a good start towards seizing it in this game.
I want to give a hat tip real quick, Charles, to J.J. Watt before the possession switches here. Walter Payton, NFL Man of the Year. They totaled up how much he helped raise for hurricane relief, $37 million.
Incredible. Hurricane Harvey, which really hit the Houston area in a big way, and his original goal was $200,000. So congratulations to J.J. Watt and all the people who participated. And Greg Olsen of the Panthers, Benjamin Watson of the Ravens, both tight ends, also nominated and finalists for the most prestigious award.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, second quarter about to... Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery down to the 25. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves them with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt. The Bears have put an extra defender in the secondary on 3rd down.
Yep, they're in the nickel. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrell Freeman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Chicago's offense getting set to take over, and it's a crew, not only offensively, but defensively, obviously, collectively. The 4 straight last-place finishes. That's what they're facing as they enter 2018. Now, if there's a silver lining, I guess, they did go from 3 wins to 5 wins last year.
Here we go.
But you're really exciting the fans on that one, aren't you?
I was reaching.
Look, they finished number 10 on defense in the league, which was really somewhat remarkable because they had a number of injuries on all 3 levels, and somehow they fashioned that together. But Mitchell Trubisky, their rookie quarterback, who played well in spurts, they've got to surround him with talent, and a number 1 receiver would be a great place to begin. Because right now, the guys playing the perimeter, they're not going to give you very many game-breaking plays.
Now Trubisky to throw on second. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
On third down, Trubisky. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And it's fielded at the 34. Pushing his way inside the 40. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. For the Green Bay Packers, they're coming off a 7-9 season as their offense makes their way back onto the field. But with that 7-9 season, Charles, they saw their string of 8 straight playoff appearances come to an end. It was just weird not to have Green Bay in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, you kept searching for them, didn't you? You kept looking down the list. When does Green Bay play in the playoffs? Because you're so used to it. But with the injury to Aaron Rodgers that knocked him out for so long, the offense really struggled. Finished 26th in the league in total offense. In a lot of ways, remarkable they finished 7-9.
Yeah, and Brett Hundley came in, tried to do his thing. I don't think it was much of an indictment on the play of Hundley, as it made me appreciate Aaron Rodgers more.
I think we all did, and I do believe that the head coach, Mike McCarthy, was trying to fashion offense and also take care of Brett Hundley in the beginning, and that made things easier for opposing defenses.
His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. The old connection, Rodgers to Nelson, getting Green Bay a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
They try again with Montgomery. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Ty Montgomery, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers add on to their lead. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was, and let's face it, if you're in Minnesota, it's cold outside, but you talk about the offenses, they heated up in a big way. And how about Nick Foles? The backup quarterback turned MVP, 373 yards, 3 touchdowns, and, of course, the big one receiving on the Philly special.
Quite a story. And as you and I were talking about off air, it was just a fluid game, not a lot of penalties, just really clean play.
Exactly the type of game the NFL needed for the audiences at home watching the game, and, of course, people in attendance. A really well-played game.
Now Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, that extra emphasis on it, got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He hits White, complete. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back. And they get 10 yards there and convert on 3rd. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nick Perry in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. On 2nd down, Trubisky. Now Trubisky lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
No, check, Patriot. No, check, Patriot.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Trying to lay one up deep. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl. But 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, 1999, where he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
Yeah, he still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Caught on the right side by Adams. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
I think many people thought Ty Montgomery would automatically go back to being a wide receiver this year, but it appears he's going to stay at running back. I know they drafted Jamal Williams from BYU, but Montgomery proving his worth.
And he proved it, proved it last year. 5.4 yards per carry, 4th best in the league. This is Williams. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On Second down, here's Rodgers. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So they were able to move the ball into the red zone, but they'll wind up coming away with just 3.
Yeah, 32-yarder. That's equal to an extra point nowadays, and those are no problem for an NFL kicker.
Now the return man. This is Benny Cunningham. Gets past one man, shoves him aside, and he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump the season before. Didn't even get to 1,000 yards. Was a dominant force in 2017. How about his teammate Aaron Donald on the defensive side? He took home Defensive Player of the Year award.
Yeah, very impressive. They had both sides of the ball. Sean McVay deserving, I think you would agree, of Coach of the Year.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what he did for the Rams when they went from last in the league in scoring to leading the league in scoring and winning a division title. And how about the New Orleans Saints? Rookie of the Year, offense and defense. Alvin Kamara on offense, Marshawn Lattimore on defense.
The catch is made by Kendall Wright. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now it's Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nick Perry bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. Final play of the half. It's Trubisky forced out to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Well, Larry, I know it's late there in Orlando. This is a school night. Folks eager to get right back to the action here in the 3rd quarter. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now a play fake here on first down. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Montgomery on the counter. And he's brought down. A nice little juke move that preceded it, but not much thereafter. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now Rodgers looking to throw on second down. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Rodgers hands to Montgomery, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats, but really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. That's complete to Cobb. That catch good for 5. It's third down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people want to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. Then into the end zone. It's a pick-6 and a Packer touchdown. Well, this has just been obviously a dreadful day for him throwing the football now. 4 interceptions. This one leads to 6 points going the other direction. Tough.
Yeah, it is. And this feels old school to me because you never really took out your starting quarterback back in the good old days. No matter what was going on, he was your guy, and you rode him for better or for worse. In today's football, usually we've got a backup who's warmed up and has come into the game. So you can see an old school approach here that's not really benefiting them at this point.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Slot man moves right. Looking to throw. Trubisky on first down. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Little motion now from the tight end. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mike Daniels in there to drop him the 7th time tonight. He's gone down. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Let's go. Check. Back here we go.
Now it's Trubisky. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Clay Matthews in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. He'll look to set up his blockers. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. And they're definitely showing blitz here. They go play action here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. Well, they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, they're hoping that the 2nd half is better for him than the 1st half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's right. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down. He leaves this one for Howard. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
All right, here we go.
Again, it's Trubisky. He'll leave it for Cohen, complete. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. And he's brought down. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of there where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Kenny Clark able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. The Bears on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's the first carry. Goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Back now at Soldier Field. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Set. Green, 39. All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. Detroit. Detroit. Back 99, Philly. Here we go. No. Check. Patriot.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. John Fox displeased at how that turned out. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Time running out here on the play clock. On 3rd down. It's Montgomery, and he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. On now is the Packers punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. It's taken to the 26. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Dumps that off to his running back, Jordan Howard. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2 minutes.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
The Bears on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Trubisky. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Perry in there again. My goodness, that is now his 4th sack tonight. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down.
Let's go! Leopard! No. Back over!
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. Looking for White on the deep ball. And this is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Decent chunk of yardage still left here. 2nd and 7. Defense showing blitz. Rodgers going to give this one to Montgomery. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Yeah, and that was the safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. And this is no good. Close but no cigar, just wide right. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he was 3 for 3 to that point, but he couldn't keep the perfect game going.
Did someone mention it on the bench and jinx
Maybe
it?
jinx him a little bit.
Well, you doubt it had anything to do with overconfidence, but hey, it's an inexact science. These things do happen.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Got a man, it's right. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
7 yards on the play, and it's a 2nd down. Trubisky will throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky. From midfield now, here's Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Packers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now on 4th down, we've got a whistle here and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
10 yards still left on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. And hauled in by the tight end Miller. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play. One last shot for Trubisky. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. A big loss on the play. That's the bad news. A consolation, they keep the football. So, Charles, are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
And probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Chicago.